2187. So good to have you back.
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're taking a look at the 10 worst bosses in LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
It could be worse.
It's worse.
3PO! Come in, 3PO!
For as much as we loved Skywalker Saga, not every piece of it was perfect. Not that we expect every game to be perfect, but these boss fights could have been a lot stronger. Did you like or dislike any of these boss fights? Let us know down in the comments, and I'll see you there. I'm curious to see what you all think.
If you're a gamer who loves LEGO and Star Wars, check out our fun-filled new channel, Brick Mojo. Nice knowing ya. Come have a laugh with us and enjoy daily bite-sized videos on LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. You must enact an ancient ritual. You pick it at a real speed, don't you? See you there.
Jango Fett, Petranaki Arena. In the Clone Wars era, Jango Fett is supposed to be regarded as one of the most feared bounty hunters in the galaxy. Well, that didn't seem to be the case when taking him on at the arena on Geonosis. Amidst the fight between the Jedi clones and droids, Jango shows up and doesn't do much of anything. He shoots you, and that's all he does to try and stop you. He just shoots you. We weren't expecting anything difficult. I mean, this is a LEGO game after all, but the lack of effort here really downplays the final moments of Episode 2. It doesn't help that all the gunfire makes it a little hard to make out where Jango is, even with the icon above his head. Luke Skywalker.
Is it true? Did you create Kylo Ren?
Leave this island now!
We can understand why this one was included in the game. After all, this was a fight featured in The Last Jedi, and we want to stick close to the movies as much as we can without taking up a lot of time. However, this fight felt super forced. No pun intended. Luke doesn't pull off anything special with his force powers to make the fight interesting, and the fight offers no real payoff for emerging victorious. The disappointment becomes especially overwhelming when you realize just how short the fight in the movie was compared to Skywalker Saga's iteration. Was this a boss fight that was really necessary?
I need to know!
Kylo Ren, Episode 7.
That lightsaber, it belongs to me.
Look, we'll do our best to keep a lid on the Disney sequel hate train here, but Episode 7, 8, and 9 had some pretty bad boss fights. The one against Kylo Ren in Episode 7 was one of the notably horrible ones.
It's just us now. Han Solo can't save you.
In addition to having some really bland dialogue, Kylo Ren runs away after losing a health bar every time, causing the level to be drawn out further and further. On top of that, the pathways between areas have nothing going on. The second chase has more combat, yes, but it's like, come on man, he's got one health bar left. Now you're throwing more stuff at us?
You need a teacher. I can show you the ways of the Force.
Captain Phasma, Episode 8.
Traitor!
The first fight against Phasma? Awesome. It was cool of TT Games to throw in a stealth boss. As for this second encounter, what a disappointment, man. Phasma spends the entire time on high ground, commanding turrets and enemies to fight on her behalf.
I have the high ground. You'll never reach me from there. Don't try it.
You don't even make direct contact with her either. Just eliminate all targets, shoot TIE fighters down from the ceiling, and use turrets to take down her shields. Rinse and repeat. There isn't a lot happening here, and it's part of what made this level such a total bore. Praetorian Guards. Speaking of drawn-out boss fights, the Praetorian Guards are the biggest offender. These are supposed to be Snoke's elite guards? Yes, they are, and you have to fight each member from full health to death. None of them do much to really throw you off either. Just about every one of their attacks has already been seen at one point or another, so they come off more like spongy versions of regular enemies. This could have been a good way of catching the player off guard by having enemies you aren't focusing on attack from the sides. Dianoga.
Look out! What is that thing?
Its eye! Hit it in the eye!
Whereas LEGO Star Wars 2 only featured Dianoga's tentacles as an enemy for a brief moment, Skywalker Saga decided we need an entire boss fight dedicated to this trash monster that barely shows up for more than a couple of minutes in the movie. It does the same thing over and over again. Snag a character, get shot in the eye, retreat, rinse, and repeat.
Call this a rescue?
This is the entire fight, by the way, and it felt like a monumental waste of time. Dianoga doesn't even try to stop you, and shooting its eye is way more forgiving than it could have been. Really, you could be just a few inches off and the game will be like, yep, you did it, even though it doesn't make much sense.
3PO, you copy?
Boba Fett.
I hate that bounty hunter.
Given how he wound up being just as infamous as his father, one would hope the fight against Boba Fett would be somewhat of a bigger challenge. Unfortunately, he uses the same lazy tactics. Shoot, fly over here. Shoot, fly over there. Oh, you're too close, flamethrower. Fly over there, fly over here. Shoot, shoot. Now I'm gonna fly outside of the ship and shoot you from there.
There he is!
Come on, this is supposed to be Boba Fett, the deadliest bounty hunter known across Tatooine. No, the whole galaxy. Shouldn't he have some tricks up his sleeve? Or maybe some tricky maneuvers, like something to mix up his strategy? Nope, he's going out like a punk, just like in the movies. Cool.
Boba Fett! Boba Fett, where?
Darth Vader, Cave of Darkness.
You.
We already knew a boss fight with Vader was coming. Actually, we knew that there were going to be 2 Vader boss fights, one for Empire Strikes Back and one for Return of the Jedi. So why did we need a third to spoil what was to come? This dream state fight against Vader kind of goes against what the movie set up. Yes, Luke does have an illusionary encounter with Vader that turns out to be himself, or something along those lines. It's symbolism, guys. So why did we need to stretch out this moment into a boss fight that spoils what Vader was going to do in the next 2 fights? It really made our fight against Vader later on way less satisfying, just because we knew it was coming.
That place is strong with the dark side of the Force. A domain of evil it is. And in it, you must go.
Kylo Ren, Episode 9.
Come with me to Exegol. We will destroy Palpatine. Together.
No, I'm not going anywhere with you!
Oh boy, here we go. Kylo Ren back for another annoying as heck boss fight that adds no real substance to the game. Old Ben Solo has returned for another series of the same old attacks, the constant running away, the bad taunts, the dialogue, the everything.
You're strong with the dark side, like me. Why can't we just hang out?
We'll give TT some credit, at least the presence of vicious waves does keep the player on their toes and forces you to play more defensively. However, it feels no different than the fight in Episode 7, so I'm sorry guys, but we gotta call it out as we see it. Darth Sidious.
Now you will experience the full power of the dark side.
This honestly should have been way better than it ended up being. Sidious and Yoda fighting and hurling Jedi hover chairs at each other? This fight was epic in Revenge of the Sith, but in Skywalker Saga, man was it repetitive.
Protected by his connection to the dark side, he is. Weaken his grip on the Force. We must.
Look out! Duck and weave, Master Yoda!
Fight Imperial guards while avoiding Force lightning attacks, redirect lightning back at Sidious, etc, etc, etc. That is the whole cycle of this fight, and it gets boring quickly. It certainly doesn't help that this level is loaded with QuickTime events, and honestly, the way this moment in the story was botched is just, it's infuriating, man. I love this game, but this was a letdown.
Fleeing, hiding, distraction. A coward you have become.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.